I would say that it's the game that everyone wants to see, the battle of the MVPs in terms of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. This is one of the more competitive MVP races that we've seen because these guys have played at ridiculously high levels. Josh Allen was not expected to put up numbers that he's put up. He's one of only 3 players to have 40-plus touchdowns, 500-plus rushing yards, and fewer than 7 interceptions. You know who else is in that club? Lamar Jackson, twice. Lamar Jackson did it in 2019, and he did it this year. That shouldn't take away from the brilliance of Josh Allen, but that just tells you how special both of these guys are. When I look at Josh Allen, the thing about him is he's always possessed his skills. He's always kind of been the athletic gunslinger that can make it happen in a variety of ways. But this year, I feel a more composed, a calmer, cooler operator from the pocket that will make those plays, particularly with his legs, and gotta have it moments. And gotta have it moments in football are, hey, red zone, third down, 2-minute end of half. When it's critical for the Buffalo Bills in those moments, that's when Josh Allen would throw the cape on and go make a play with his legs. We've seen it time and time again, particularly down in the red zone. When they get close enough, it becomes Josh Allen running a power, Josh Allen running a quarterback draw, Josh Allen finding a way to use his legs to put the ball in the paint, or he'll find a way to extend drives and find an open receiver in the back of the end zone. Regardless, the Buffalo Bills offense runs through 17, and he is going to have to play at an MVP level to knock off the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the trick, though. If you're Joe Brady, you still want to run the football. You want to run the football, and you want to rely on James Cook to be able to give you some of that production on the ground to force the Ravens to at least have to respect the running game. If they don't respect the running game, then they'll load up and really put their efforts all into stopping number 17. That's why James Cook's role in this game is significant, because as he gets near the 100-yard mark and those things, it changes how the defense may defend Josh Allen. That's why I'll talk about Josh Allen playing at an MVP level, but James Cook has to bring his A game because he is going to be counted on to make big plays as a runner receiver in an offense that doesn't have the established weaponry or firepower on the perimeter. James Cook could quickly become Josh Allen's number 1 target as they look to attack a defense that's really playing its best. On the other side, the Baltimore Ravens, it's funny to hear people talk because you would, if you just listen, you would believe that Derrick Henry made Lamar Jackson special. And while I can acknowledge that it is a tough task to deal with Derrick Henry running downhill on an assortment of power plays, Derrick Henry really only enhanced what the Baltimore Ravens were doing. Remember, Lamar Jackson won MVP and Derrick Henry was not around last season. The numbers were different, but he was very successful without the running game giving him the boost that is given him with King Henry in the huddle. He also has shown the ability to do some very unique things as he's playing the best ball of his career. For so long, we always viewed Lamar Jackson as a runner. We had people on national TV talking about Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver as opposed to being a quarterback, which is crazy now that you look back on it. And what's crazy is those comments were directed at someone who is the first player to lead the NFL in pass yards per attempt at 8.8 and rushing yards per attempt at 6.6. We're talking about a unicorn at the position, a guy that is not commonly found playing the position, an elite playmaker with his legs who has become an elite thrower, and is one of those things where we may not have seen it or expected it to be this refined or this polished, but we certainly saw him dominate the game in multiple ways at Louisville. This is the best that we've seen from Lamar Jackson. The thing that he has to do is take advantage of the opportunity. They go into Buffalo being favored, being expected to advance to the championship round, given how well they played. But the Buffalo Bills are a workmanlike defense that will make it tough for you to move it down the field. That's why the emotional control is everything, because Lamar Jackson has to be disciplined enough to take what the Bills are giving up until he's able to get what he wants as the coverage moves. If he displays the patience If he displays the persistence, he can find a way to create big plays against his defense, but they're going to make him work. He has to be willing to put on the hard hat and go to work to see if he can get it done. Regardless, both of these teams are terrific. I'm looking forward to seeing Josh Allen square off with Lamar Jackson. The Bills are averaging 30.1 points per game. They've only given up 14 sacks. They only have 8 total turnovers, which is why they've been able to go 13-4. The Ravens can be a little loosey with the ball, but in this game, it really comes down to which team makes the fewest mistakes. We should keep our eyes on number 17 and number 8 to see which one of those guys outplays the other MVP front runner.